I am recording tonight. Not streaming, just recording. And the cameras aren't in the recording, so you are
thank
all
God.
safe.
Fuck this shirt.
Oh, do our cameras on now? Do you need to see my face?
I don't need to, no.
I do.
I was not really asking you, Dean. I was asking Alex.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why you thought I was asking you. That
Me either.
Dean, I do love you. You are one of my favorite people, one of my best friends, but I wasn't asking you.
Wow. Sad day.
I can make up a journal.
Nice.
Can you?
I do every single goddamn time.
Woohoo! Alright, so let's go with... We'll just start with Alex, why not?
Nice. That went about as expected. Fortunately, no one else seems intent on needlessly rabble-rousing with the bitter hearts. Sounds like they might even have a person of interest. It seems like they wish to take us to one of their soothsayers. I'm interested to hear what they have to say, but it is well known, even among those who do not hold intense hatred for the bitter hearts in their heart, that their prophetic magic is derived from demons. So we will have to take any information we get with maybe more like a circle of salt, really. Nevertheless, there is one of their number who is clearly a traveler and odd. We'll need to keep an eye on that one. But damn if he ain't pretty. Scene.
Very nice. Alright, let's go... Niche?
Okay, this is going to be short because I'm just flying off the seat of the pants.
Hasn't let me down yet.
Yeah, old students. I've missed them so much. What a joy to see them again. Tears in my eyes. Oh, we've grown. Perhaps not in the best of ways, but that'll be fine. This is an interesting mission they've decided to send me on. Not the most unusual, perhaps, I've ever been on, but that's fine. Not a big deal. I will take the new gifts. Those are nice. I perhaps should learn to keep a better watch on the behavior of others, though, because Lord have mercy, have some people picked up some bad habits. And seen, referring to Meredith's poor use of words at the end of last game.
Oh, where she threatened to murder them all.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
I thought you were talking about us just generally being rude, and I was like, I didn't think we were that bad. I did forget the...
Where she threatened to murder everyone? Yes.
Don't worry,
Yes.
we're not going to do that.
Yeah. I had to remember what her voice was for a second. I was like, what voice did I do for this character? I gave this character a voice, and then I was like, oh, yes. Mildly disdainful British.
Hey,
Yes.
Mish, how do you pronounce your character's name?
LOD.
L-O-D. Okay.
It's not L-O-D, it's Elodie.
Yes. Elodie.
Sorry. All right.
Sassy pants Dean. I'm just ignoring that you said that. I just don't.
Wink.
One second.
Oh, let me go ahead and dish
Okay.
out these. You can go ahead.
Our gift.
Mission. Find out the location and determine the status of a congregation of the church that traveled into Stensia. Note, this is the 4th team going out, or are we the 5th team?
You're the 4th team going out.
Note, this will be the 4th team sent on this mission by the church. The rest have yet to contact the church with any updates on their status. My group status. The church is sending a group of 5 for this mission. The only person I know is Elodie. She is an experienced fighter, so hopefully the others will be useful as well. I will wait to reserve judgment. Enemies beaten? None. Undead killed? None. Update on the beast. Only update I have is the fact that the last reported sighting of the creature is it moving into Stensia. Other noteworthy updates. Is everyone okay that this group of Briarwood seemed to know that we were coming? And now everybody's okay with following them? I'm not really sure why we're just blindly following them now. My judgment on the group is slowly declining.
Ah, damn.
Ah.
That was great.
We've reconstituted a little bit, but I'm pretty sure Wink's opinion of the party is still going to kind of follow the same trajectory as last game.
Downward.
As we continue to just disappoint him at every turn.
Also, to just clarification, it's Bitter Hearts, not the Briarwoods.
Oh, Bitterheart. Yeah, sorry.
This-
Briar,
for
that's
copyright
pretty-
purposes, this is
Yeah,
not...
no, that's. I'm sorry. I've been watching Legends of Vox.
Oh my gosh, I have it. I didn't watch the newest 3 episodes. I forgot this weekend that was the thing I needed to do.
I haven't
I'm
started
upset with
it
myself. Dean.
Yet. It's on my list, but I'm in the middle of 3 other shows, and it's I can't bring myself to start something until I finished something else.
Okay.
Because I'm weird like that. That's my weird OCD. Can't start a new project until the old project is finished.
All right.
Let's go with Diesel. Or Asta. Is it Asta? Asta? Asta?
Pasta.
Pasta. Pasta. A pasta.
That's why everybody likes your pasta.
Exactly. Okay. I like your hairpins. Honestly, Asta, I like your freaking hairpins. What kind of a net fool you are, Asta. Has it really been so long since you had to start a conversation without fearing for Asta's life? That he had to start it off with your fucking hairpin? Why not ask them how the travel was? Or are they enjoying Stensia? Or even just saying hello? To think Asta had to bow down twice to hide the embarrassment. I felt the flushes go to Asta's cheeks and the sweat grow on his brow. Get control of yourself, Asta. You're finally going on a journey. Perhaps you should just keep your mouth shut and keep an eye out for vegetation or life and just take notes silently. But if I keep my mouth shut, they'll think Asta's weird and then will not help Asta out and ask personal questions. It doesn't matter. No one survives long in Stensia, especially when you bring so much silver into these lands. It's sure to grab the attention of the families, and I, for one, do not want to be here when they come to investigate. So, Asta, the question I ask you is, what's the point of making friends? Let's just hurry up and get into the mist, I say. I guess Asta will just continue to monitor for now. But Asta, swear to God, if that man doesn't blink, I'm going to have an aneurysm.
Ooh, I have bad news for you, friend.
Oh, fuck.
I died so hard, the parrot flew over to check on me. She's like, Mom, are you okay? You haven't breathed for like a minute.
Lol. We have
Like,
all.
mood.
Nice. All right, Remy, what you got?
I got a really short one, but I do got one.
Nice.
So first mission, right? Yeah. I mean, technically I've been on a few, but this is like the real first thing, right? So Father Gustav. And then we have Ansel. And if I'm remembering right, because I know that face, this will end up being something probably a little bit more dangerous than anything we've been on. Ansel was there, you know, back when I was scooped up, and I haven't really seen them since. And then there's Sister Eau Claire, which is certainly a surprise. And I'm going to work with her too, so that should be... I don't think I can say pleasant. I don't think I was ever a favorite of hers, but we'll see how it goes. We're going back home to Stensia. Bit quicker than I had imagined, but I can't say I'm displeased with it. Or surprised. It's where everything is going down worse than in most places. But this fits my own personal need. So let's carry on and not get killed. Or taken. Yeah, don't want to get taken either. Scene.
Very nice. And one for you.
Hey.
Woohoo! All right, my turn. All right. The five of you entered the city of Thraben, answering a summons to appear before Bishop Melgrave in the Thraben Cathedral. Bishop Melgrave tells the party that the Lunarch Inquisition has gone missing inside the mist surrounding Stensia. The Lunarch Council has authorized Melgrave to form a small force to find a way into the mists and locate Inquisitor Sita. Not Sina. The Inquisition had been recalled to Thraben after the vampires initiated a civil war against each other. When the mists enveloped the Outland Valley, Sita and the Lunarch Inquisition were trapped inside and have not been heard from since. Melgrave hesitated to tell the party that the Lunarch Council had already sent 3 other groups into the mist over the past year, and none of them have returned. In his words, "You were chosen because you are the most promising and least prominent people we have right now." The party entered Stensia through the Cruin Pass and checked in at the city of Silburn. The Baroness of Silburn promised to aid the party in their endeavors, while in return for dealing with the Bitterheart vagrants outside of her city. The party agreed to go and speak with the Bitterhearts, and they left for the encampment. As they approached the encampment about a mile outside of town, they found a circle of wagons and a large campfire roaring. Colorfully dressed Bitterhearts dance and sing around the fire while others share in drink and story. The party is greeted and welcomed into the camp by an older gentleman who introduced himself as Stanimir, along with his daughter Damia and his son Ratka. They also met a Stensian named Asta, who seemed as out of place here as they do. Stanimir tells the party that he has no quarrel with the Baroness and will gladly move on now that the last of his guests have arrived. But first, a drink and a story. And that is where we left off. So, as you guys are sitting around the campfire, Stanimir kind of hushes the crowd. The rest of the Bitterhearts, they all kind of take their seats on boxes or logs that they're using as benches. sitting around the campfire, passing their wineskins around. And Stanimir kind of looks across the fire to the rest of you. So who knows a good story? Anyone? Anyone at all?
What qualifies as good?
Is it entertaining?
No.
Is there a moral?
Not one that we don't already know.
Okay. Oh, tell us the tale and we'll decide if it's good or not.
Good. I'll pass.
Where's a bard when you need one?
That is most unfortunate.
Well, if it's a tale you want to hear, I asked her could perhaps say a tale, or more perhaps a declaration of what I intend to do in my life. Is that a story you would like to hear?
Ooh, yes, please share. And I will give you one in return.
You see, like, Asa go into his pouch and he pulls out this little vial, and inside the vial is this black plant with decaying soil in the bottom. And as you all know, well, probably, I'm not 100% sure what you know, but Asta knows that if life in Stensia does not grow, and life here is hard, I try every experiment I do. They do not grow or grow. I've had some success where they last a day or two, but I can't change it anymore. I guess what Asta is trying to say is that I, one day, will grow a plant in Stensia. A one that is vibrant of color, that shines in the sun and absorbs the light if the sun never does show in Stensia. I guess it's not really a story, but more of just a explanation of what I'm doing here.
The Bitterhearts they're all kind of staring at Asta, like waiting for the other shoe to drop, like where's the punchline, or like what's about to happen. And then when you say that it's not really a story, and they all just kind of like slump, like this was just such a letdown. Stanimir kind of looks over at Asta, who kind of takes a sip of his wine and just kind of looks at you and... Well, don't worry. We'll make a storyteller out of you yet. Just give it time.
He'll just awkwardly sit back down.
How about a song? Do any of you know songs?
Try and a tale. Give me 5 seconds.
Roshi raises their hand, like, oh my god. I know she ain't here, but we have a bard for this purpose.
She was gonna volunteer a story when we sat down. She had a story prepped. Just saying.
This is not fair. I'm not ready.
It's okay.
I'm just looking for a story. I thought Merritt was gonna be here to tell a story.
One of the Bitterhearts starts to sing a song as they start to play their fiddles and lutes while you prepare your song, story, whatever it is you're preparing.
I'm more than happy to have another go if you want me to explain something else.
I'm gonna think of something.
Okay, good. You have something? You've prepared. Roisin has something?
No, I just didn't want him to talk. No.
Oh.
That was Ansel. I don't want
Asta's got a story about climbing up a mountain if you would like to hear that. It's kind of... probably end.
I was straight up gonna tell this story of Omashu if no one came up with anything.
Oh, I
So,
looked.
like,
I
Would
did
you
in fact.
please?
I looked up a folk tale that I think is short and somewhat interesting. On the good. No, okay. All right. After that, perhaps I know what of an old folk tales. It's a little odd, but we can try and see if you find it interesting. Once in a small, quiet village, high in the mountain behind the village, was an enormous, terrible beast, a tiger, that would roar and make everyone for miles around tremble. And then, one snowy winter evening, the tiger was hungry and crept down into the village to find something to eat. And one by one, it checked every house, and it paused when it heard a baby cry outside a window. The baby sounded so tired as if it had been crying for forever, and it went on and on without pause. And the tiger thought, oh, what a brat. If I eat him, it'll end this racket. And so he peeped inside the room, and he was about to leap inside when he heard the baby's mother. The fox! Stop crying or it'll eat you! And the baby, so startled, just cried louder. The mother tried to comfort the child, cajole the child, but he just would not stop. He said, look, a bear! It's going to get its huge jaws and eat you. And the baby wasn't frightened at all, and he just kept on crying. And crouched outside the window, the tiger thought, what sort of baby isn't afraid of foxes or bears? And surely enough, this is a brave child. This village must be full of brave people. And so he rumbled his little belly, and he kept on into the village. And then all of a sudden the mother cried, look, there's a tiger! Right outside the window! And the tiger paused. Well, let's see how terrified he is of me, if he's not afraid of foxes and bears. And he peeped inside the room again to gloat, thinking, oh yes, the baby will absolutely be scared of me. And this baby kept on crying, without a sign of fear. And this tiger, in all his years, had never come across anything that wasn't scared of him. What kind of child would this grow into if he wasn't afraid of tigers? The tiger was deeply troubled by this question, and he had decided he absolutely had to eat this child. And just as he was about to jump, the mother yelled, look, a persimmon! And the baby stopped crying. Just like that, not a peep. And the tiger had a terrible idea. A persimmon is more fearsome than a fox and a bear, and even more terrible than me. What a horrible monster it must be. And he glanced left and right, heart pounding in fear. And he goes, I'm done if this persimmon sees me. And in a single leap, he left the village and ran back up the mountain.
I can only concur. Every time I've eaten a persimmon, it's tasted like swallowing sand. So, like, terrifying.
Very nice. With that, the Bitter Hearts all cheer and clap. The minstrels start back up playing their instruments. Stanimir lets out a big laugh, kind of a a big hearty kind of laugh as he stands up and cheers.
Now that was a story.
And she does her little, like, in head incline, like...
He prepares himself, and the rest of the Bitter Hearts kind of quiet back down as he stands with his wineskin in one hand. He has a pipe in the other.
Now for a story of tragedy, possibly hope.
With that, the music dies down. And becomes a little more somber.
We come from an ancient land, familiar in name but foreign in appearance, a land of great power. Disaster forced us from our homes, and now we wander the lost roads.
He takes a sip of his wine and then spits it into the fire, which erupts into these like purple and green flames. The flames take shape, forming a dark figure, kind of looming over land. The dark shape in the fire takes the form of a man. You then see the man drop as he's hung from a fortress, the flames enveloping his body as he's burned alive. Stanimir continues.
One night, a wounded soldier staggered into our camp and collapsed. We nursed her. Terrible injuries were covering her. We quenched her thirst, and she survived. When we asked her who she was, she wouldn't say. All she wanted was to return home. But we were deep in the land of her enemies. We took her as one of our own and followed her back to her family's home. Her enemies hunted her. They said she was a false princess. Yet we would not give her up, even when their assassins fell upon us like the wolves.
The bonfire kind of erupts again, and you see the silhouette of wolves chasing after a group of people in the flames. You see a dark figure emerge behind the people fighting off the wolves.
This woman of royal blood fought to protect us as we protected her. We bore her safely to her home, and she thanked us. She told us she owed us her life. Stay as long as you wish, leave when you choose, and know that you will always be safe here, were the words she provided us.
The figure in the dancing fire vanquishes its final foe, and then disperses in a cloud of smoke and embers. Stanimir's face becomes somber.
A curse has befallen our land, turning our once great ally into a tyrant. We alone have the power to leave her domain. We've traveled far and wide to find someone who could help end her curse. It is for this reason we have come here. As our great lady has seen your faces written in history. Madam Ava knows all. Will you return with us to speak with her?
Quick question. There was just like a few too many pronouns. Is the princess and your lady the same person?
No.
Oh, okay. Huh. That's what you get for
Apologies.
changing genders, Dean.
Apologies. A lot of powerful women where we come from.
Damn right.
Dean took one look at the story and was like, needs more women. Didn't think about how he would have to change the script to make it less ambiguous.
I do do love it, though. Keep it happening. It's great.
What sort of soothsayer is this Madame Ava? And whence must we go to meet them?
We'll head out in the morning. It's not safe to travel at night.
Yes, but where would we be going?
Into the Outland Valley.
So through the mist.
Of course.
But I find myself still curious. Who is this person able to see so thoroughly through the threads of time? Not exactly a power most humans can boast.
It is a gift of her bloodline.
Nice sidestep.
Ansel says nothing more, but does not look thrilled by that answer, per se. Because, like, things that pass down in bloodlines is, like, abuse, hemophilia, and blood contracts with demons. So, like,
Sorry, one second. Old people. I sent my mom some money through Apple Pay, and she is having the hardest time figuring out how to accept it.
Why would you send it to her via that means, knowing that would be a difficulty?
Because so I use a completely online banking service, so I have no cash. And
Yeah, but there are other ways to send your mother some money that are not the Apple Pay. Anyways, moving on.
Lost my train of thought.
I have a question because I can't suss this out for whatever reason. So Soldier and False Princess, same person, but Soldier, False Princess is not Madame Ava. Where was that disconnect? Because I'm a little lost looking through my story notes. Or are they the same person?
The majority of the story was about this fallen princess. They are the one who is cursed, the one who protected them, the one who gave them leave to come and go.
Right.
But they have been looking for someone to save this fallen princess.
And Madame Ava is who said
these will be the people. Yes,
Thank you
that was the shift.
Okay.
I was like, that was my bad.
Sorry.
I was listening for it, Dean, because I had a feeling this would be coming.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I completely forgot to change the script of the story, and as soon as I pulled it up and was like, oh no.
It's okay. I have written at the bottom Princess and Madame Ava are not the same person, but I was just like, where is the break so that way I can put a paragraph, like a little break?
Madame Ava is not cursed. Madame Ava was looking for someone to break the curse, and that is who saw us.
Excellent. I'm there. Please continue. So sorry.
All right.
Gotcha.
About this story has changed from what I accidentally know about the old version of this story. So I'm trying to divorce everything I know about the old version, and it's very hard for me, so I'm just being quiet because I am trying to untangle all of the threads in my brain, Dean.
Well, this should make it easier because it's now a completely different person with a fairly different backstory. But as the person who has to edit all of my parents' Christmas letters because they're both engineers and can't English to save their lives, I'm used to being like, okay, no, your use of pronouns here is gonna fuck everybody up.
Let's see. With that, Stanimir kind of sits back down. The fire goes back from the purple and green flames to just a basic mundane orange. The other Bitterhearts begin to retire for the night, going back into their wagons to sleep.
Would you all care to join me for a, briefly looks at sky, moonrise prayer?
Sounds wonderful.
Okay, and I kind of go off looking very devout, but like, hey y'all, we need to talk about this. Does Wink follow?
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't know if nighttime prayer would be enough to get you to move. So that was
Ominous?
spooky. Yes. Not thrilled. However, regardless of this Madame Ava and their abilities, this could be our only way to get in through the mist.
That is... Yes. No, this is quite a good in, realistically. Seems like a good idea to just take them off this piece of land, follow them in through the mist, and oh look, we've solved 2 problems, 1 stone.
My concern is at what point we should be ready to end this arrangement. Again, it sounds as though Madame Ava is one of their ilk who I wouldn't call a sage by any means.
They have... Yes, that's what they call them, yes.
It could be beneficial for us to get more information on the status of Stensia. Because if a war is happening or was happening or
Is,
then it's best if we maybe gather more information just to know what we're dealing with.
I agree.
So we're just to make sure I'm clear. We're going to go through the mist with the Bitterhearts, which looks like our only in, which also accomplishes that getting them off this land, which could be perilous for them in the future. Very cool. Excellent. Good. And then we are going to allow them to take us to presumably a camp of many of them to, if they are to be believed, a most competent, we'll say, spellcaster of non-angelic origin. And we're good just not having a backup plan for that situation.
Well,
No, wink. Grenades do not count as a backup plan.
It's a very good strategy. Makes for a good distraction. I assume they'll want to keep their carts undamaged, so they'll be putting out the fire for our escape.
yes, excellent. But also, there's the escape into the mist itself. Once we just get in and just poof in the middle of the night on the way there.
It
That
doesn't seem like they're going to not have anybody out in the middle of the night, though. They're used to camping in the mist. I'm sure that they have guards.
Yes, but 1 guard versus how many of there are? 6 of us?
You think there's only going to be 1?
You clearly have never snuck away in the middle of the night. It's very easy when there's less of them comparison, if you're trying to sneak away, have you not snuck? Did you never? You clearly did not learn that
They
lesson.
did.
You never knew when I did.
Oh,
Inexplicably, Ansel just says across the circle, "Oh, they did."
and there's this look like you really think we don't know these things. Like,
No,
Well, you would have found out after the fact.
yeah, because what?
Because everyone found out after the fact on that one.
no.
But
Yeah, this is the like. If you really want to get away, like, get away. We can figure it out. It's just one of those like until you have to evaluate the situation upon
And
arrival.
that was the conversation I wanted to have to make sure we were all aware. Hey, we might have to duck in the middle of the night.
Yes.
Here's another thing to note. They knew we were coming.
Yes.
That
Meaning-
doesn't make me feel better about
Well,
the situation.
doesn't it mean that if we try to sneak away or do something else, they may also know that we're going to try to do that?
Let's not get into the value and or properties of people who think and or can see into the future. That's beyond what we are meant to know about the world. And it just has that smile of like, just don't what if this to death.
I'm content. I just wanted to make sure we at least had a plan.
a semblance of a plan.
Yes. Fly by the seat of our pants and leave when we need to.
Yep.
I'm more than willing to take first watch. I don't feel entirely comfortable leaving it up to them.
Oh, absolutely.
I will need to sleep at some point, though.
I can take the
Looks
next-
pointedly around at the rest of the group.
I can take the next watch.
Okay, good. Thank.
All right. So as you guys kind of
Very loudly, and may you be blessed in her name. And walk back.
Oh, the entire conversation we were having it was like hands in prayer, like
Yeah.
one of the bitter hearts who's standing a bit off from you guys, giving you space, kind of does the obligatory, like they had their head bowed, but they're kind of looking up to see, like, are they done yet? Are they done? Like, or are they still going?
As one of the people who never bows their head for prayer, you make contact with the other blasphemous person in the room, and it is a weird time.
And then whenever you finish, and they do kind of trying to mimic your whatever symbol
The Abyssinian
in
cross.
general.
Yeah.
And they just kind of, and then walk over, and your wagon is ready. If you'd
When
like
did we
to
get a whack?
retire.
yes, I don't. You know what? Don't question it, but thoroughly search.
Well, it would be incredibly inhospitable of us to ask you to go on a journey and not have a wagon for you.
We have a wagon.
But do you have a caravan wagon?
No, we do not.
He kind of
We
looks
don't have
over
one
at the
of
wagon that
those.
you brought with
Oh
you,
my
and he's
God,
like,
it's like one of those flatbed trailers. Yes, I want the super cool traveler wagon.
Yeah. Mhm.
unless you'd rather
Women in
sleep
proper
on
pants definitely
that
wants the
thing.
traveler wagon. I will enter our nice given to us wagon, and then once I'm inside, the doors closed, I'm gonna search that thing thoroughly to make sure there's not anything weird in here.
Okay. It's pretty bare. The flooring of the wagon is lined with furs. You've got a window on either side in the center. And then there's a sort of like bench seating on the back wall. It's pretty wide. It's about 10 feet wide, maybe 15 feet long. Plenty of space for people to lay down and sleep for the night. Also, plenty of room if you want to throw some bags or packs or anything like that in there. Once he shows you to the wagon, he kind of goes back and if you need anything, please don't hesitate to ask. We are here to help. And then with that, he kind of starts whistling and walks off, joining another group of people in another wagon. Ansel, as you begin to take up your first watch, you notice there are a couple of the Bitterhearts who also have stayed up, just kind of patrolling, kind of walking, kind of weaving in and out of the wagons, making sure to stay within line of sight of the campfire. Definitely seems like they've kind of got it down to a routine. They do this patrol often.
I just
I
want
have
to say the
included-
whole time that the whole prayer and everything was going on, Asta was away, but he is meticulously writing a whole story in his book right now and just putting like little pictures and drawings and stuff into it, like, and saying little motivational things to himself.
You
So I
precious
assume he wouldn't
bean.
be- I assume he wouldn't be in part of this conversation with you all.
No, I was actually sitting there like, fuck, what am I going to do if he's like, oh yeah, I want to hear how you pray? Like, I have included a picture of an equivalently sized U-Haul for reference.
So sorry.
I don't know. Like, I have issues. I can't imagine space, Misha.
No.
You know this.
Y-
I need to be like,
Oh.
yes, this is a concrete thing. Then I can be like, that's about the right size.
You're solid.
Wait.
I just went to yes, lesbian standard edition, and I was like, why, brain?
Wait. Alex, where are you on the scale?
Not 0, but low.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why do you think I always had to ask for help when putting things into leftover containers?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I cannot visualize and manipulate 3D space in my brain. It just don't do. It do. It's very sad. Remy's looking like that because they had to help me put things in containers.
You're
It's fine. Like, that's what I'm good for.
Does Asta have their own wagon?
No, he is escorted to your wagon as well.
Okay, I was like,
Oh,
I
we gotta
assume
share.
They only have one visitor wagon. Like, I don't have 2 guest rooms.
Oh, they've already decided that our fates are intertwined and we must be friends. So we just don't know that.
Itzy's gonna pop over to Ansel and be just like, is this a single watch situation? Is this a 2-person?
Given the glances around at all the bitter hearts also on watch situation, I don't think we should need more than 1 person at a time, but dividing the night into 3 gives us all adequate time for rest. Between you, myself, and Wink, I think we should have it settled.
I'll get with Wink on who's next. And they'll make their way back to the wagon.
All right.
Wink, you want like second shift? You want third?
It doesn't matter to me.
Cool.
Which one are you better at?
Second.
Okay. Wake me for third then.
Got it.
And as Wink sort of lays down as well in the wagon, this is literally the first time you see him shut his eyes.
I was about to ask if he fucking slept with his eyes open. I was so afeared.
He does not sleep with his eyes open.
Oh, thank God. Oh, okay. So good. Excellent. Asta, was it?
Yes, that is correct.
My teaching compels me to ask. Did you need instruction on Abyssinian prayer? You seemed interested.
Oh, no, not at all. I just wanted to give you all space, and I was just, well, apparently I'm meant to be part of your group. They said that was going to be part of your wagon and intertwined into this whole ordeal. I was just didn't want it to be rude as such.
We appreciate that. We appreciate manners. That's greatly wonderful. Excellent. You're
Do you
halfway
want a
there.
toy? Do you want to come in?
No, it seems to be like if you're inviting me, I've never really been invited to such a thing. Yeah, yes.
I'm inviting.
Yes.
I'm inviting. Come on in. Since our fates are intertwined and all that.
I spit over my shoulder. Do not appreciate.
And there's like a quotes around fates. Like it's not.
Yeah.
He's still with it, but like trying to be local colloquialisms.
You know, you were all saying something about watches and stuff. I can take a watch as well. Also, I'll put my book down for that, if that gives you any sort of comfort.
Noted,
think-
and that might become necessary during the journey. We've got tonight already sorted, though. I have my shield to polish and things. No need.
Well, okay. Do we do the prayer thing again, or do we?
That's with the moonrise and set and sunrise and set as the light Avacyn gave us comes in and out of the sky. It's most people.
Can you just grab me when it's time to?
Yeah.
I would like to study, but yes, come grab me, please.
Ansel is sweating because A, I just made that up, but B, I'm assuming that's like if you do all of the Muslim prayer. So that's like, she's just like, oh man, I just fucking signed myself up to waking up with the fucking sun for the
Sun?
fuck.
And stopping in the middle of the day at like random times and like
For the
having
moon
to
set?
know. Yeah.
We're gonna
Ansel's like
forget
never
that.
done that before.
Cheers.
So she just turns to the camera like she's on The Office and is like, I have regrets.
You can also see with Asta when he comes over, and he starts to bring over his gears, and obviously he's got his satchel of books, but he also brings over like a little rapier, but a black shield as well, like black steel shield, and emblazoned on the front of it is a angel crying in prayer.
Fascinating.
That's interesting iconography, I have to admit. I'm not familiar. Is that a depiction of Our Lady Avacyn?
To be honest, no, it's not.
Then who might it be? One of the leaders of the flights? Maybe?
Not gonna lie, he is loving this interaction so much.
I'm trying to channel all of the uncomfortable conversations I've had where at like A&M someone would ask me, like they ask you your name and then what church you go to, and that like weird dodge.
Yeah.
Channeling that moment.
Yeah, no, we are definitely the happy bystander right now, being just like, oh yeah, how my little higher ups in the church gonna handle this one.
It's not really after anyone. It's just a picture it's more of a symbol as such.
Oh yes, just the concept. Very the vibes and feelings of yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is it custom then? That seems
Custom
like
made.
a unique.
It was given to me.
How big is it?
It's like a buckler size, not really big.
Oh. She looks at your little shield and then at her tower shield and is just like, Did I just do a
bigger
shield
than your
measurement
shield?
contest?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
But the interesting, you can see, like, in the buckler size shape of it, the hands go into a prayer and it's to a sharp point on the top of the shield.
Oh, you gonna
Ooh.
stab somebody with it?
May I? And I want to like try pricking my finger at the top to see if it's sharp.
I would advise not to do that. Actually.
Oh, excellent. Mine does that too. I pick it up from where I have it next to me. You see my arm tense behind it, and a blade shoots out the bottom.
Literally, as this is happening, just
Ansel,
hands
very
over
prickly,
eyes.
unless you get her talking about shield.
Literally just in her position, just covers her face with her hand, like sighs.
You do that after like 3 steps back. That is quite interesting, and I would like to have a look at the mechanism into what involves into that happening. But that shield is very. I don't like it. It's too big for me. I like to have this little buckler and move quite agilely. Agility. That's not a word. It is a word, and it doesn't matter in this. Yes, Asta, come on. Yes.
That makes sense. This is for, and I slam the blade into the ground and then let go so the tower shield stands on its own. This is meant for being more of a wall and is considerably less mobile. So I do see the benefits, yes.
You just see like the eyes of Asta lights up, and I know I said I wasn't going to bring out a book, but I have to sketch this. And he like brings out a book and he starts sketching, and like it acts as a barricade. Does it act like a fort? Like, do you ever put something over it and you sleep in it overnight? This is actually great. This could be used for so many things out in the wild.
I don't fondly remember the times I've had to sleep under a tower shield, but yes, can attest. Very possible.
I've never really spent time outside where you guys come from, so it's interesting to hear.
I'm sorry. My fiance just sent me a picture of a frozen margarita on the bottom, lager on the top, and it's called a Shark Tank, and I just barfed in my mouth.
White people.
I thought I taught him better than that.
It's Zach. I love Zach, but Zach is a white man. Who was raised in a cult.
Yep.
He grew up Mormon, so yes. Like, this is not... We're not gonna argue here.
Sorry.
So yeah. Ansel and Asta apparently vibe on shields for the evening.
Are we like inside of our little caravan with the door closed?
I am not. Because I was planning on like resting my back against the outside for my shift.
Okay.
So
I am inside with the door closed. So if it's just me and Idzy, you are now getting to see.
And
Wink's there too.
Wink. Okay,
but
so
he's off in the corner trying to sleep.
Yeah. So if you're asleep, like eyes are closed, because your eyes are closed, Idzy is seeing something they've never seen before. So this is one of your first times seeing her dressed like kind of more normal clothes. The first time without the little like veil.
Yep.
You are now seeing her unpin her hair.
Jesus Christ.
So as she takes out the gold pins, she's polishing because they're like actual nice gold, and they spiral into these super sharp points. And you're watching her; she's got a polishing cloth, and every time she takes one out, She polishes it super, super nicely, makes sure that it's nicely taken care of. And that box that she was given earlier, she delicately sticks each one in a box. And as she takes her hair down, her hair is like thick and curled and like pretty long. And this is the first time you've ever seen this woman's hair not pulled up neatly and pinned into place. And she takes out every single one of those pins and gently tucks them in, polishes them. And you realize, those chakras are fucking sharp.
Itzy doesn't know what to do because there's the part of it that is just like, yes, this is my teacher who I have not been a good student for. 2, this is my teacher who is currently undoing their hair with the sharpest little things that could stab me at any fucking point in time because my teacher didn't fucking like me.
Years ago.
And could have all those years ago. Exactly. And also like, how do you it's like that moment where you first see a teacher outside the classroom and you're just like, you're a human? You do things? Like, this is that moment for Itzy. Yes. Because she hasn't seen her since school, which has been I think we agreed was about 2-3 years ago. So they're just there, like twiddle thumbs, like not really like looking, but then like as soon as there's any inclination that Elodie's face would be like in some sort of direction, like not looking, like just uncomfortable. Uncomfortable.
Dean, what is the likelihood that I would have a brush and a small like hand mirror?
If you brought
isn't
one
it
with
easy
you,
enough?
It's pretty likely.
I would have brought one. This is a like her taking care of her hair because that thing. Like what putting those pins in is a big deal, and like she needs to be able to get those pins easily in and out under like certain circumstances. So she sits there, takes all those pins out, polishes all, and puts them in a box, and like brushes her hair, and like makes sure her hair is neatly done, plaits it, ties it up with a little like ribbon.
Yep.
And goes and like goes to bed.
We're
like
doing
puts the brush.
Elizabeth Bennet. Like that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, that hair is properly like taken care of. She puts the brush and the mirror back in the box, and she has one of the fans like in her hand as she like lays down to go to sleep. And you're like,
not sleeping anywhere near you. Like I don't want to accidentally like throw a hand and then just get it cut off in the middle of the night. Like we are no.
Yeah, and like all of my stuff is generally like basically like on like that box is really the only like object that she can't like shove somewhere in a pocket or in a bag. Like that box is tucked real close to her. She is like, I'm ready to be a go in like a moment's notice.
That's solid. I mean, a good student would be just like, oh, look, taking notes. This is how you keep all your things on you at all times. He's just like, I have a satchel and a fucking like harpoon at this moment in time. Not a harpoon. What was it? What did I get? Trident. I got a trident.
Oh, you have a trident? Excellent.
Yeah, I was gifted a trident. I was like, that's dope. Stab some people with that later. Yeah, no. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I would think that this is like the thing that Elodie does for care of herself. Like this is like her nice ritual for herself.
Yeah. This is how we take care of ourselves. We do our hair. We take care of this moment. We get ready for bed. Go to bed. Like this is a care for moment. This is taking care of this hair. Even though it's graying, this bitch takes care of her hair.
Right, that's fine. The braid stays in. Itzy does nothing with her hair. Like, they're like, all right, I guess you're kind of just slump to the other side. They're gonna lay kind of against the corner, near the front of the like where the door is for the wagon, the caravan. Since they're on next watch, they want to be just easily gotten to.
Yeah. Yeah, I will be out of the way. Yeah, I will be out of the way so that people who are doing watch can easily get in and out and like find somewhere to like sleep once they get in.
If you won't say anything tonight to I'm trying to call you like the actual name, Sister. What is your last name?
Oh, Claire.
Sister Auclair. They won't say anything to you tonight about it, but it is something that like they plan on asking Ro or Ansel about, being just like, have you been on one? Do you know what her hair looks like? Like, have you seen this?
Have you seen how pointy those pins are? Because you're like,
fucking stab somebody. Like, yeah, this is going to be something that they ask other people, not you yet. Probably will eventually, but not yet. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it for Elodie this evening. She's pretty much like out unless somebody wakes her up and needs her.
All right. The evening goes by without any issues. The Bitter Hearts change guards about as often as you guys do. So as Idzi comes out to relieve Ansel, you see another pair of Bitter Hearts come out of a wagon and begin to start their weaving patrol throughout the wagons. Occasionally, someone will come up and make conversation with, either Idzi or Ansel or Wink or whoever's standing guard at that time. They never stay for more than 5 or 10 minutes. Just kind of a conversation, just to kind of break up the monotony, make sure, kind of keep themselves from falling asleep, and then kind of walk off once they've caught a second wind. But the evening goes by pretty easily. Wink, you do notice during your watch some of the guards from Silburn seem to be, you kind of catch them kind of off in the distance. Your vulture seems to be kind of circling in the air, and you kind of pinpoint that position and notice that there do appear to be some guards kind of watching to see if you guys are going to deliver on getting rid of the Bitter Hearts. But they don't approach the camp at all. They just seem to be keeping an eye out. But aside from that, nothing happens. The occasional kind of off in the distance howl of a pack of wolves. The occasional, raven or owl flying by. But nothing aggressive toward the camp. And as the morning approaches, the sad excuse for day break or daylight that Stensia has kind of illuminates the area a little bit. The Bitterhearts all start to pack up the campsite, getting their wagons ready to set out. Stanimir and his son approach the wagon that you guys are staying in. And Stanimir will kind of knock on the door. Are you ready to go?
Been awake since before sunrise, and I will have woken up. Alex, what is your character's name again?
Ansel.
I will have woken up Ansel in time for sunrise prayer because I am a sister. I lived in a convent. I am very accustomed to what time prayers are. And so I will have having probably overheard the conversation about I would love to know when prayers are, and having minutely caught the look of slight terror on Ansel's face of oh fuck, what have I gotten myself into, will just gently tap, wake Ansel up and be like, prayer is in about 20 minutes, and is already fully dressed, hair is already perfectly pinned in place, and is ready, and prayer is in about 20 minutes if you would like to prepare yourself.
Ansel gives a thumbs up, does the cross. Don't fuck me over today. Rolls back over, goes to sleep.
Yeah, and so and remember, goes, you did promise the wolf, promise the young man to help with learning prayer.
I'm glad someone's getting something out of this. And fucking grumbles and sits
Mhm.
up.
And just is just like, yes, and is sort of like, and just enjoys watching prayer happen. Like, is like, I'm here. I'm enjoying this.
Sister, would you like to lead today?
Oh no, I would love to see how you have grown in your time outside of the convent.
Did you wake Itzy up for this, or is Itzy still fucking sleeping?
No,
I
no.
only woke up Wolf Boy.
Yeah. And I only woke up Ansel because I was like, this is the one that promised this shit. This is the only one I'm waking up.
Solid.
We like come into this sort of thing with a objective in mind. Like, we just say what's on our heads.
So for the sunrise, sunset, moonrise, moonset prayers, there is a set formula. And those are followed typically by a moment of silence in which people may add their own thoughts and hopes for the next cycle.
Yes, your intentions for the day. It's very important to think through what you would like to accomplish to better the will of Avacyn and the good of the world. Put those intentions into the world.
Kind of brought that attention to everyone last night at the bonfire with what I wanted to do. With
Yes. But then you bring them into prayer.
Oh.
Yes, there you go. That is part of the process. And is like sitting in the back, is like that annoying teacher that is like, well, like watching their student try and like student teach, but is like,
Fuck you.
yeah.
Great. That's great.
I'm just trying to comprehend everything that you're giving. Does anything ever eventuate from what we do in this morning prayer?
Of course, even those who don't as astutely follow the church have recognized the importance of setting intentions, especially in the morning. As I'm sure you're aware, living where you do, the brief time in which the sun and moon are in the sky together is much fortuitous for those of us who are preyed upon by the dark. This is time when you can most safely go about and take care of things. So setting your intention now is very important to capitalize on that brief time.
But you never know. A miracle might happen.
Yes.
By all means, it's entertaining enough, and I'm actually quite interested to see if this does work or anything happens to oneself. Asta will try and do a prayer, as you say.
So I go through the standard row. I ain't making up fucking 4 prayers for this shit I've gotten myself into. No, that'll be my journal next time.
Wait. You want me to go get my Latin prayer book?
Yes.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. 1 second. I will find it.
Well,
but
while
then,
they're doing that, I was about to say,
Ansel will say, my intention for the morning is, don't fuck me up today. And so far, it's worked. So there you go.
Has it? You had to wake up early for this shit.
I haven't
Itzy's
died.
not there.
I haven't died yet. So in my book, we're doing great.
But what happens if you... Okay, that's a good intention. If you make it simple and it happens, then the belief goes up. I believe it now. I get it. I would like to.
Hi, for that don't know, I was raised Catholic. Welcome. Welcome. So I have to find. We'll just pick a random prayer. This will be like a fun game. Every time that Alex decides we're going to do a prayer, I'll just pick a random one out of these books. So we have Daily Companion for young Catholics. We have Queen of Apostles prayer book, which will probably be interesting. And then this is the best one. This is the Daily Roman missile. This is every reading for every possible mass.
How many pages, which book would you like? Because we will roll the die for this.
Okay, yeah. Which book? You have 3 choices. The Daily Roman Missile has like 1,000 pages plus in it. Let me check how many.
We can do the Queen of Apostles, and maybe
Yeah.
maybe we blow. I'll hit you up because poor Wink wants to do things that aren't related to this hole I've dug myself.
Oh wait, I found the actual Latin ones. Oh. We're doing this one. You don't have a choice. Angulis Domini novit Mari et cossetu de Spiritus Sancti. Angeli anci Domini fita mihi santo verdum tuam. That's the first part of the Angelus Domini.
And I say it in Celestial because that's a language I know, which is now Latin. Psych!
A
Yes, I did take Latin in high school.
Same. I actually caught some of that. I felt very proud for a moment. It was like 3 years of Latin didn't fail me.
I was trying to like, oh, this got the word angel in it. Let's do this one. There's another one that has the word angel in it. Alex, we can do that one later. Anyways, yes. Welcome to my fun treasury of books. I have more books. These were just the interesting ones.
Please, let us move on.
Yo, Wink, what up?
So Wink's going to try to essentially take the old cart and make it into a trailer in terms of attaching it to the back of the wagons that we now have. Is this something that would be possible?
You could probably hitch your wagon to the back of the caravan wagon.
Okay.
Some of the bitter hearts will help you kind of jerry-rig that.
Question. Are we the wagon in the front of this picture that has the nice little thing on top?
No, you're in the kind of turquoise-colored wagon.
There's still a thing on top, though, yeah?
I mean, they're all covered, if that's what you're asking.
No. It has this little raised section of wood that looks like it's where somebody gets to sit. That's where Idzy wants to be.
Oh, in the front? You want to be in the front.
I see this thing.
Oh, the
that
top.
thing. I want to be on top because I have a reach weapon. I can stab something down there.
But isn't that where you're... I thought you were supposed to stack luggage up there.
Yes, that is for luggage.
Is that? Damn.
Are you luggage? Are you an object?
I mean, I got baggage, so.
Okay, well, you think you're cute.
I thought it was cute. I approve.
Agreed.
Then I will not sit on top of the luggage. Maybe. Do I have animal hands?
My new keyboard, you can see part of it. It's beautifully colored. It's very loud. So every time I try to type something, I have to put myself on mute so you don't hear the...
I love that sound, though. I know, Alex. I'm sorry. Wait, do y'all hear mine? Do I need to mute mine when I'm typing?
No.
I don't hear yours.
Okay, cool.
No.
But my
We
is so...
adjusted your sensitivity previously, babe. Because I could at one point.
Sorry.
All right. If there's nothing that you guys want to do.
Nope, I'm ready to head out.
All right. The bitter hearts start the caravans off. You guys begin to head southwest, approaching the mist. After several miles, you enter the mist. As slowly you kind of feel the thickness of it kind of filling your lungs, barely able to see more than 5 feet in front of you. Yes, Remy.
Feels like home.
Being from Stensia, am I at all used to this?
No.
Okay, cool.
No,
Wanted
when
to
you
double
lived
check.
here, this mist did not exist.
Okay, cool.
Like there
Wanted-
was always some sort of like a low mist on the
Right,
ground.
but it wasn't-
But this is
yeah.
like it is
This is like
you are
dense fog. This
completely-
is Silent Hill. Like,
right.
yeah.
You are completely enveloped. You cannot see
Okay,
above
cool.
the mist or past it.
Okay, cool. I mean, not, but like, yeah.
Right. When you enter, one of the bitter hearts kind of stays back to walk with you, kind of leading the horses, pulling your wagon, and he tells you not to leave the wagon. You can get out if you want to walk, but if you do, keep a hand on the wagon. Do not stray. Do not walk away.
I will stay with my ass in this wagon.
I'll be sitting on the bench seat up front. Yeah, and have cast light on my shield.
Okay.
Asta would be outside walking next to it, one hand on it, looking around the surrounding when they
We have windows inside, right? It's inside sitting next to one of the windows looking out.
I'd like to be by the door. Trident ready.
All right.
Now that we've entered the mist proper, I just making sure our guide is kind of looking ahead for the moment. Do a slow blink, and when I open, my eyes have become that full black, including the sclera again. And I look around. Are there any undead within 60 feet, Dean?
Yes.
Let me guess. Everywhere?
Yes.
Yeah. I you hear a thunk, and it's because Ansel has kind of like slipped into the gap between the seat and the front of the wagon and bonked their head because they opened their eyes and it was just completely covered, and they've never seen that before.
So kind of looking through the mist, you can see silhouettes moving in the distance, kind of in the fog. When you change your vision to try and sense if there are any undead present, the silhouettes begin to glow this sort of like dark, kind of dark gray charcoal aura. And you can see them a little more clearly, as they appear to be some form of zombie. But they don't act as the zombies that you may have encountered previously. They approach the caravan, but do not. There seems to be some sort of barrier where they'll approach, and then once they get up to a certain point, they just kind of turn and continue on. Those of you who... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I mean, you may be answering this, but I was going to ask, is that because of something the caravan has done, or is that because of the type that they are?
That you do not know.
We would not know. Okay. Cool.
Although taking into consideration that one of the bitter hearts came back and told you to stay either in the wagon, or if you get out,
right,
to remain touching the wagon,
that's what it sounds like.
It stands to reason that something to do with these wagons is, or at least the bitter hearts, or something. Whether it's the wagons
they've done, not
right.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Getting back up on the seat properly, Ansel will kind of lean forward to our guide. What is out there? I have never seen this many.
We do not know entirely. Um, the mist comes from Ashmouth. They, we believe, though it is not confirmed, that these are those who tried to enter the mist without protection.
Hey, I found some of the missing parties from the church.
Would the mist coming from Ashmouth be common knowledge in Stensia?
Possibly.
I think it is.
It
You told me about it.
It would be. Yeah, especially for somebody living in Stensia, because it's the Outland Valley. So, and you guys were present for the civil war that was going on that resulted in this. So, yes, anyone living in Stensia would definitely understand that the mist came from or at least originated from the Ashmouth. Any other questions? Clarifications?
No, Ansel is very quiet after that horrifying fact.
Yeah, I'm just observing through the window, being like, well, this is just pleasant, isn't it?
Aster is consistently looking around on the ground and around the mist for any sort of living thing, vegetation or animals as such.
There is no vegetation that you can find in the mist. I mean, there's the ground and like little patches of like grass, like dead grass mostly.
Just normal Stensia terrain.
But yeah, but again, you can't really see more than a few feet in front of you, so when you look out, it's just a wall of like hazy white and gray mist.
Yeah.
After traveling for what feels like several hours through this mist, you eventually find a break in the mist where it begins to die down, and it is still about knee high, but is no longer just completely enveloping the caravan. And when you exit the mist, the land you are in no longer seems familiar.
How so?
The sky above you, there is no sun. The sky is completely covered in clouds of purple, red, and blue. There is light, but it's not. There's no direct sunlight. It's sort of an ambient glow that illuminates the area around you. There's a light kind of drizzle, sort of a light rain coming down around you. And when you kind of look off to take in your surroundings, you notice that there are more forests. The Somberwald seems to have extended beyond its normal kind of just around the mountain range. Particularly Idzi and Asta would recognize that, you know, being from Stensia, that the terrain, some of the mountains seem to have changed a little bit. there are smaller mountains where previously there were none. And the the forest is mostly dead. There's a little bit of snow on the ground. Not a lot, but just kind of little patches of snow here and there, which is also kind of out of character for the Outland Valley. But then this also kind of perpetual mist on the ground, about knee high, that just as far as you can see seems to be prevalent.
Is there a moon in the sky, or is it just that purple bluey haze?
It's just a purple, blue, red kind of haze.
Oh no. We won't be able to.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. You don't have to be afraid anymore.
This is fantastic and amazing.
Izzy's gonna turn to Sister Eclair
Yes.
and like barely like glance behind and be just like, so if we jumped to a place or like traversed further via, I don't know, teleportation I don't think exists here in the same way, is that correct? Like, as like Izzy's trying to ask basically just like, if we had gone through a portal and we're no longer in the same either plane or exact space as, you know, the maps that Izzy had been aware of, like they would know, right? Like there'd be a sign, right?
Not that you would know of.
Right, but like Teach over there might.
No, not
in her
really. So
vast
planes,
experience.
there are planeswalkers, who can
Okay.
teleport between the planes, but those are kind of like demigod-like beings.
Right, but for like if we go about this in like the D&D fashion. So like if a player character was trying to do something, there would be like a portal. At least that's kind of how I've always pictured it. Like there's this ring that you walk through and then you're in a different place. So there's a sign that you have entered somewhere different. Yes?
Okay.
But you're
Did-
also, more than teleportation, you'd be familiar with tons of mind-altering magic. Like, that would
Right.
be very common to you.
Would that be common to me or would
Yes,
that be common
because
to
vampires are very versed in it, so it's probably something that would be, like, talked about in Stensia.
Sure, but I imagine that talk about versus actual experience would be different. And as much as I love Idzy, they ain't that smart. Like they're decently smart. But like, would it be something like basically she's just asking Elodie, like, hey, like, does this look like something other than the outside to you? Like, does this look different? Does this look
in my I am a reasonably intelligent person. I have an intelligence of 19.
Much better than my like 11, 12 that I have.
Is the
12.
theoretical question that this child is asking me?
Yeah.
Like, can I suss out what she's trying to ask me, and then can I suss out if I know an answer?
Sorry, friend.
I'm still trying to figure out exactly what she's asking.
That's fair. We don't have to fucking cover it. Basically, just
This
Idzy's
doesn't
like,
look like where I thought we were going. Could
yeah,
I be
we're
in a
not in
different
Kansas
place?
anymore. Like, hello, yeah, that type of thing.
Like
How would you know if I'm in a different place?
It's more like you come home after not having been home for several years, and they've painted
There's
the
a new
walls
fucking
and rearranged
Kroger.
the furniture.
Yeah, they built
That's
a
what I was
Wendy's where the
curious
Dunkin'
about.
Donuts used to be, and you're like, what
Cool.
the fuck? Why would you do
Right.
that?
Like it's
This is not like, oh my god, hey, look, mountains and skyscrapers, when really this is just flat ass Texas. That's what I'm.
right.
Yes.
So it's
okay, cool.
it's familiar, but it's unfamiliar. Like you know you're in.
It's Twilight Zoney,
you know-
not
right. You know you're
Okay,
in
cool.
the Outland Valley, but this doesn't look like the Outland Valley you know.
Okay, cool. That's what I. Yeah, sorry, I worded that very poorly. That's what I was trying to get at because we don't do much in the way of magics. We do attack magics,
so
not illusionary magics.
right, and so that's kind of the difference there. As you kind of exit, you make your way, and you find yourself pulling into a new camp. Only this one has a large tent, covered tent, in the center of the encampment.
Have we found the circus?
Possibly. And as the caravan is led into this encampment, we're going to take a 10-minute break.
Oh, fantastic. My phone is trying to die.
Hey.
So be back
See
in
y'all in 10.
Bye.
Sorry for that really weird way to question that, Dean.
That's
I
perfectly
was
fine.
following you, but that's only because I know you, babe.
I know. I'm so like I was like, okay, so teleportation circled. Like, did we pass through? Have
No.
we gone to a different
Yes.
you
I
two.
love you.
Reining it back in. Here we go.
This is what happens when Mayor's not here to keep us on a timeline.
All right, so you guys pull
Better.
into the campsite. There's the large covered tent in the center. After all the wagons are kind of set up, people start to unpack and pull out their crates and barrels and things to sit on. Most of them join in with the Bitterhearts that are already here, singing, dancing, drinking, just having a good time. Stanimir, however, comes over to your wagon. Our Lady is ready for you.
Well,
I
we
pick up
cannot
my
keep people
shield.
waiting.
And put it on my back with the firm intention of bringing it with me. Cool.
I'm ready to go.
Not all of us have 65 weapons in our hair, ma'am.
You don't know that my hairpins are dark.
No. No.
Damn.
No, I was just sassing Mish to sass
Yeah.
Mish.
Yeah, because all of my weapons are hidden weapons. So they're intentionally designed that way.
Yes. Itzy's over here just like, I have to tell somebody. Somebody else has to know.
Is
They
like
will put
a
their
group thing,
trident.
or is this like individual?
Oh, I'm sure you can come. Right? I turn to the Bitterheart who
Stanimir.
summoned us. Stanimir, thank you so much. I turn to Stanimir. He's asked us coming with, right? Isn't that how this is working?
Well, I never thought I was not coming with. I thought that we were going in one by one, but if I understand.
No,
where
she's,
Oh, surely not.
She's expecting the lot of you.
Cool.
Oh, good.
Cool. Not actually what I say, but yeah.
Just Elodie. Cool.
Yeah.
When you're ready.
Lego.
Yeah.
Lead the way.
He turns and escorts you to the center tent. Once inside, it opens up, and it's sort of a very lavishly decorated tent. Very Harry Potter-esque, where it just looks like a tent on the outside, and on the inside, there's like fur rugs and a bed. And
Is it bigger on the inside?
slightly. Not to the extent
Excellent.
of like the Harry Potter tents, but it's that same kind of vibe where on the outside it's just like you're walking into a circus tent, but then once you get inside and there are like decorations everywhere and fur rugs on the ground. In the center of the room is a table. Sitting behind the table is an older woman with a cigarette in her mouth.
I'm sorry, a what?
A
Are you getting those?
cigarette?
Have I ever seen this kind of sinning before?
No.
Fucking witchcraft. Ansel is already on edge.
And give me one
I
moment.
think cigars are a thing that exist.
Yeah.
Is
but
it
he
like on
didn't
the-
say cigar?
Like on the.
He said cigarette, which is a very specific thing.
Where? I thought I had a handout for this.
Sound like D&Dean. I thought I had this. Oh well, guess I don't.
Well, we can fix that real quick.
Two male members of this party are very quiet.
Oh, well, that's That's just because that's Wing's character.
I know.
Yeah, I was about to say, I haven't played with Diesel much, but this is exactly what I expect from Wink.
Like
Gru! No.
he'll definitely
know.
he'll definitely speak up when he is not happy. I mean, more not
Wait till
happy.
we see literally one undead that we can fight.
You will not stop.
Let's
Your
just hope the
journal is
situation
the most
does
I've
not.
heard you speak.
So as you look in, and there's this older woman behind the table, wearing a kind of a black cap with long gray hair coming out from the bottom. 3 sort of golden circles lining her forehead. Another piercing in her nose. She takes a long draw from a cigarette as she blows the smoke, and she looks at you with eyes that are just completely glossed over in white. Come in.
Okay.
Welcome to my home. I'm glad you could make it. I trust your journey was not too eventful.
The mist was interesting.
I'm sure it was. Was it your first? Well, of course it was your first time. Otherwise, you would not be here.
That is what we've been led to believe, yes.
Well, I'm glad you could come to see me. And, well, I look forward to working with you as we move forward in our journeys.
And what exactly will we be doing for each other?
Oh, a little of this, little of that, little tit for tat. We won't know until the
I'm sorry to budge it.
opportunity occurs.
I kind of need precise things, that this and that. Just some sort of direction would be quite grand.
Oh, it's direction you seek.
And as she says that, she pulls out a deck of cards and begins to shuffle them over the table. At first, you don't think anything about it, but then you notice the cards aren't actually touching the table or her hands. She fans the cards out, still hovering over the table, as they fan out into a semicircle. Excuse me. And she kind of looks across the party.
I need 5 volunteers.
All right, well, at that point, you really do need to be more specific,
5 cards must be drawn. Only 1 per card.
Idzy will draw a card.
Wink also comes up and grabs the card.
Melody will sigh and draw a card.
Ansel very ostentatiously spits over her shoulder, crosses herself, and goes and picks up a fucking card. This is some bad juju.
Says the woman who actually reads cards.
No, very into tarot. Very into it. Ansel, not so much.
I wanted to be like, hey, Dean, are you
Want
going
us
to read our fortunes?
So who picks
That's
the...
the last one.
Okay. So once all 5 cards are drawn, she closes the fan, the 5 remaining begin to kind of turn and flip around each other, and then they lay themselves flat on the table in the shape of a cross.
Yo. It's a plus symbol.
Right. Not
Yeah,
for
but
religious
I get what
purposes.
you mean.
Just
Well, there is a tarot spread that is called the Celtic Cross, but that requires 13 cards.
There is. I remember that shit.
she
losing her mind.
she flips over one card. As she's flipping the card over,
Okay,
hold
yeah.
on one moment.
I just had to zoom in. We're good.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. It was just in a different folder. I was like, I remember typing this. So as she flips over one card, the first card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your present enemy. The miser. Look for a fortress inside a fortress, in a place hidden behind fire. There's treasure there. She then kind of holds her hand over the topmost card, and as she begins to flip it, this card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a symbol of great hope. I see the hooded one. I see a faceless god. He awaits you at the end of a long and winding road, deep in the mountains. She then moves her hand over the rightmost card, and as she flips the card over, this is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. Ah, the tax collector. My people have what you seek. A missing child holds the key to the treasure's release. Then she hovers over the bottommost card and flipping it over. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in your battle against darkness. The Temptress. I see a child, one of our own. You must hurry, for her fate hangs in the balance. Find her at the lake. And then she slowly hovers her hand over the 5th card and flipping it over. Your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to them. I see a dark figure on a balcony looking down upon this tortured land with a twisted smile. This is the path you must take if you wish to escape our land.
I thought your folk were able to leave whenever they wanted.
Oh, my folk are.
We aren't.
So you're saying we can't expect any aid in leaving until we have gone through this little collective.
To-do list.
You have your quest. Your destiny is written. Pursue it. Achieve it. Save this land. Save our princess. And you will be able to go home.
Were others here before us?
Many have come before, many will come after.
So we won't succeed then.
Only time will tell. Success is a fickle thing.
But you saw us arrive, and you say you have seen some come after, which would only be necessitated if our task is incomplete, yes?
That is, if you're operating under the assumption that your task and their task are the same.
Okay, so people travel. Cool, excellent. Thank you for this insight.
I will answer one more question. But then I must go. You have things to do. Choose your question wisely.
Question for Dean, please. Please do not count this as my questions for Madame Ava. Question for Dean. Just so I can tell, we have the miser, which is the 9 of coins, the hooded one, 7 of swords, the tax collector, the 8 of coins. Yes.
Nice.
Beautiful. Love it. Will copy. But then the temptress is the queen and the executioner is the king, correct? Yes. Okay.
Question, not for Madam Ada. This is a question for Dean. Please do not give this as our question. She said something about a lake. I'm assuming that we'd have no idea what the fuck she meant by the lake. Yeah,
There is a very large lake in Stensia.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Yeah. That's okay. Because I, knowing nothing about the geography, was like, you just gave me only one of these tasks you gave me had a time sensitive marker on it, and you had a location, but I'm like, where the fuck's this lake?
I mean, Stensia is large. There are likely many bodies of water, but when she says that, you might be like, oh yeah, like
the lake.
They have like a Lake Michigan. They have a large fucking lake.
Yes, and the hold on, I'm gonna read the card. Find her at the lake. I'm assuming that's. I'm gonna just go make an assumption. Because
I'm just telling you, if like Dean were to pull up the world map, even very zoomed out, there is a clear lake in Stensia.
That was a clarification, because my choice of question was going to be like, where's this lake? But if there's a Lake Michigan, that ain't my question. Remy, you muted.
It's called Morer Lake.
Thank you, our resident local. That's Ansel was like, all right, cool. Itzy's gonna know a lake. Yeah.
Actually, Itzy would not know this.
Ooh.
Sorry, the lake is new?
This is the
it's all
Innistrad.
changed.
This is the Innistrad you know.
Holy fucking shit, there's a whole new lake.
Whole new lake.
Okay, so I guess my question then is, for the people, when she said the lake, did a ping go off in the people who are from? No, I'm talking. This is not an actual question. This is a question, mental question for players. Did a little ping go off in your brain when she said the lake?
I just said which lake I thought it might be.
No, apparently the lake
don't exist.
Thinking of is because, having looked at the map of Stensia proper, apparently there's a whole new fucking lake. Dean just like casually eat. Don't worry about it, fam.
Oh,
So
I-
asking about this lake might be a good question. Actually,
I had to
turns out.
step away for the first 3 cards. Sorry about that. Cat things. What can somebody update me?
There's a full readout, babe, in a handout.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so I need to know how long everybody's like holding off on this question, or are we just discussing and then instantly that's what somebody's gonna say?
If somebody-
After Ansel sassed her, she would give other people a chance to ask a real question.
If we only get one more question, I'm gonna look around and she made a comment about a child needing rescuing, and as somebody who has spent the last, 15, 20 years of my life taking care of children, my concern is that a child needs rescuing. That is my instinctual reaction. You said a child needs to be taken care of. Where is the child?
Well, that's fine.
That is
So-
also the time-sensitive one.
It is.
Yes.
Izzy will not be asking the last question, just as a heads up.
So unless nobody says anything, I will speak up and be like, you said there's a lake. Where exactly is this lake? Or is that a not good question? And she turns and looks at she goes, you don't count that until they agree to it.
I mean, should we ask which lake, not which direction? Because she just says fucking north, there's a
Yes,
lot of
I'm
places
saying
to
which.
the
I'm
north.
saying which lake is. Yes, that's what essentially. But I'm. Which? Yes. So are you fine with that choice?
Yes, it seems the
Yes. So,
This
madam,
this temptress, time-sensitive as it is,
this child in danger. What lake are you referring to?
The lake you seek. It is Mauer Lake.
It's like I said.
Yes, but you don't know that lake exists because the map has changed. Remember?
Shit, my bad. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, and I'm.
Asta, you would recognize the name, as Mauer is the name of the vampiric family who initiated the Civil War.
Well, this is not good. Not good at all.
Wonderful, excellent.
is it far? Not understanding why you would be anti a lake.
Well, it's a dangerous place. It's all that I can say.
What?
And if that child is alone, their life does hang in the balance, as Madame says.
Dean, question for you real quick. Izzy would not know of this vampiric family?
No.
Okay.
They primarily were in the southern reach of the Outland Valley.
That makes sense. Okay.
Whereas you grew up closer to the Gavany border.
Northeast. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool.
On the opposite side of the country from where I'm from.
Yeah.
If we are to travel to the Mauer Lake, first off, I cannot stress it enough that you all must have your head on a swivel.
The owls.
What?
Sorry.
Which I just speak in caution because what you carry on your back and what you guys are, not being from Stensia, you are a target.
It sounds like that was already decided. And Ansel kind of hesitates. And like knowing that they only had one question left, kind of like lurches forward, and with like a piece of chalk on their person, draws a shape, an important shape, on the table. Do you know what this is?
Is it the collar?
No, it's not the collar, Dean.
What did you draw?
Ansel's shape.
Oh.
Yeah.
Backstory.
Oh, wow.
That's so funny because I didn't do anything for this character. I gave her no story. Just got nothing.
You a strict ass teacher, that's what I know.
Boss ass teacher, that's what that is.
She looks at
You're
the
Minerva
symbol
McGonagall.
that you draw on the table, and she kind of smiles.
Do not like that at all.
Ah. I see you are familiar with the Ancient One.
The ancient one in the fucking cards.
As in the hooded one? That's Michelle speaking. Don't say anything.
Wait, I thought the miser.
Are you... an ally? A slave? Or an enemy?
The best part is that little girl.
I don't know of whom you speak, but I'm a slave to no one.
As have said many a slave before. A vassal, perhaps.
I like that least of all. Ansel does not say that. Does not have that voice.
Curious.
Yes, I am.
She kind of pulls out a pouch, pulls out some like incense, lights it, and then just kind of like waves it over you.
Is this fucking bitch sage smudging me?
Yes. You are being saged.
I am so
Wow.
concerned about my vibes now, y'all.
You have bad
I'm
vibes.
fucking concerned too.
Shadows hide you.
And she just kind of stares at you through the just glazed over, glossy white eyes.
Maybe that is because you cannot see the light.
Well, perhaps the light does not exist.
This is not what I bargained for.
I feel like I write a proper backstory for my character now.
Yeah. Point of order, lesson. If you give Dean something to work with, shit gets real. Give Dean a backstory. Case in point, apparently my vibes are shit.
They real shit, man.
My favorite that rubs just Alex personally all wrong. Just she's like, excuse you? How dare you insult my vibes?
I will be watching. Excited to see what happens. Where your path takes you. I believe you have a fork in your road. But I cannot see which direction you will choose.
My dearest hope is that it will be the one straight out of this place.
You will reach your fork before you leave. With that, she finishes her cigarette, puts it out on the table. Her cards collect, they they reshuffle, and then just kind of move back into her pocket. I must rest. With that, Stanimir comes back in. Let me show you to your wagon.
Ansel is exceptionally quiet, very stiff, like a white boy who never learned how to articulate their hips, just like.
Wow.
As soon as everybody leaves, Wink hangs back for a second, and he goes. I know this is no ally to yours, I assume. I hunt the beast of the mist. Is it in this land?
It is not in the land, but it is around.
Wink sort of just nods and then leaves.
As they leave, Izzy is just like glancing at Ansel occasionally, just like, what the fuck, bruh? Like, what the fuck? How holy art thou? Like, hello?
Shit's been going down. Oh, hello, dog.
So we go back to the wagon?
So
Wagon?
Stanimir escorts you out of the tent, kind of holding the flap open for you. As the last of you exits, he gives a bow. You turn, and the encampment is gone.
Excuse?
Question.
Before,
What is
Sorry.
the status of one or both of our wagons?
The wagons are present.
Ooh.
Well, the wagon you brought is present. The caravan wagon has disappeared with the rest of the encampment.
Stanimir's still there? The tent's still there that we just came out of?
No, Stanimir and the tent are gone.
just before Stanimir says goodbye to us, Asta would like to just ask a quick question before it goes away. One of the cards said that the bitter hearts have what you seek. A missing child holds the key to the treasure's release. Are you, bitter hearts, missing a child at all?
He vanishes before you can get an answer.
Avacyn's
Right.
great holy tit.
Did you say that out loud? Did you
Yes.
actually?
Ansel
Language.
curses just absolutely like filthily.
Literally with the not the like the heavy butt end of the fan with like the lighter like fluffy end, whips you on the shoulder. Language.
Itzy draws the fucking trident, like no hesitation.
Where the fuck are we?
Turns to the rest of the group that's not freaking out. Well, suppose there's places to be and things to do, and not here.
Okay, but
We
they
are on a timeline too.
You go first. Unless that was the end of the statement. Did you have more to say, Asta?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, but they definitely were protecting the fucking caravan. So, do you have
We're not
any
in the-
feelings, Lou? Sorry.
We're not
We're out in the mist.
anymore.
No,
But-
we're out of the mist.
We also don't know where we are.
I certainly don't know this
Oh,
side of
yes, there
Stensia.
is that. That's true. Oh, we forgot to ask where the lake was exactly. Bit of a problem.
Looking down the road, as there
is a road.
there is a road apparent
Solid.
now.
Right.
Looking down the road on the horizon, you see a small town.
Well, there is a town. So, Ansel, maybe take a deep breath and come back to reality. And we'll go to town.
Oh,
They did just get kind of fucked up in there. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
I am fine.
Composure. And turns and like looks at Izzy in the face. Composure is your greatest weapon. And just like looks at you so hard in the face, like I'm also freaked out. Composure.
Cool. Yeah. There's like a deep, like through the nose, inhale, and then just like exhale. And it's just like, yeah, I learned that in school. Yeah. We're fine. We're solid. The bravado is strong in this one.
Internally, you have to process, not external. Doesn't show composure.
So sorry, we only do
an
external.
I'm gonna take a hot 2 stress for that, if that sounds good to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. Thank.
Wink will jot down in his journal about the beast being around.
Are you
But
gonna
not-
tell anybody about that?
No, he's not gonna tell anybody about that.
You do you, Wink.
You do you.
If Ansel
All right.
had any thought that she would get an answer, she would not have done it. But like, this is the first time there's been anyone who might have an inkling, so they just went for it. Psych! It's terrible.
My next question is, do we have an animal with which to pull our cart? Yes.
We better still have those horses.
Yes, what you came with, you have.
Okay, excellent. Let's make sure our horses are properly hooked up to our still existing wagon and move about.
Would Asta happen to know this town at all? Or the area around? Or does it seem completely foreign to it, even though...
Give me a survival check.
I'm gonna assume Izzy doesn't know this town. Is that correct, Dean?
You can give me a survival check as well.
Excellent.
Local.
Oh, timeout. No, all right, you already rolled it. That's fine.
I love being dumb.
Do we have? Yes, we do. Okay. There is a thing that we will use called blind checks. When you are making any sort of knowledge check, whether it's like a history, survival, intelligence, anything like that, you'll have to have your token out. But basically what you'll do, you'll click on your token, and then in the top left corner, there will be a button called Blind Checks. If you click on that, it will send me your roll, and only me. And that is what we will do for that. Now, if I just ask you to make like a strength check or something physical, you can go ahead and just roll it as normal. But for anything involving knowledge,
Copy that.
knowledge, basically any mental check will be done through a blind check.
Copy.
But with your 17 survival, Asta, you feel, just based on where you entered the mist and kind of how far you've traveled, closest town would probably be Shadowgrange.
I finally just realized why I hate this town. I've always, when I've heard it, been like, man, dislike. It sounds like LaGrange, which is a terrible place on this planet. I now understand.
Fair. This song's not that good either.
Would I know Shadowgrain, who territory Shadowgrain falls into?
It would have belonged to the Voldarans.
Dean, I take it Idzi will suffer with the 9.
Idzia doesn't really know. She's never probably been this far south.
Yeah, they didn't travel too much down south.
I am led to believe that the Shadowgrain is what this town is called. Like I said earlier, do be careful. The territory we are in is not the greatest, but not the worst. But which I believe anyway. Whatever that's worth.
Oh, Shadowgrange. Okay, cool.
You keep mentioning the dangers here. I admit I'm a little confused. It's not as though many places outside of Thraben and other large centers are hospitable, one would say.
Come to Stensia and you don't even know the area. I'm sorry, that was just quite... It's funny. Do you know...
Isn't it, though?
I am aware of the vampire families.
Are you aware that we humans are grown as livestock for them? That werewolves hunt these wolves, or forests, I should say. Plants don't grow here. No animals you can rarely see. To survive in such a harsh environment is nothing that you could comprehend. Sorry. It's harsh living here. And you people outside of Stensia wouldn't understand.
I appreciate that. Though I would point out that while the majority of the vampire families reside here, wolves are not the sole purview of Stensia, and other places have other horrors as well.
I am well too aware of this. But if you would like, I could stop giving warnings or any sort of information and just stay back. I'll simply just watch.
The warnings are appreciated. I just was looking for more specifics.
It's no fun if I just give you all the answers, right? We don't know exactly this place is the same as before. We can be given by we can be given that information due to the sky. We don't know if... Wait, and he looks up to the sky. Is the sky still the same? The, like, mist-covered / like...
Yes.
no moon. This does not say that we are in the same place. I don't know if this is the real Stensia. I don't know this sort of magic or mana that is residing around us. So logically thinking that being aware, because this area might not be the same. Even though I say this might be Shadowgreen Town, it could be completely different.
So, Izzy, you said something to this effect. You don't think we're even in Stensia? Maybe?
So, Stensia, sure. I mean, the things that Astus pointed out as far as just that there aren't any plants really growing, that we did have to travel through the mist, and by, a general observation of how we traveled, we weren't exactly traveling for too long, so that way we could get out of the mountains. We are still in Stensia as a totality if we didn't travel through anywhere, but I'm not familiar with any of this landscape. This is not anything that my parents had taught me of. This is not anything I've seen on a map. I'm not aware of where we are. His guess, Asta's guess, is the best thing that we've got.
It's not a guess, it's a theory.
Theory.
So
Sorry.
We have observations, and thanks to your clearly expansive knowledge, we have a theory. And based on this theory, you think that this already exceptionally dangerous place might be more so. Is that what I am to take?
In a way, yes.
And being that, vampires, traditionally all the families being here, this is going to be a bit more up close and personal than maybe any other part that you've been in. I'm not sure, because I don't know your travels. I'm not telling you anything in particular, but they're quite prevalent. Just depends on where in the mist we are.
Regardless, we could stay here and talk all night or day, whatever time it is. But if we go down to this town, we might get a bit of sense of location of where we're at, or time frame, or something as such.
Let us proceed. I just wanted a little bit more actionable information than vague promises and do. So I appreciate you humbling me and answering my many questions. Thank you for the elucidation.
So we're gonna walk to town.
All right. It's about a mile. You make your way into the town. And as you enter the town... The rain continues. The town is dark, the creeping fog still looming around your knees.
Hey, question. As we're riding, are the horses just completely fine with this?
I mean, they're a little spooked, but they're used to being in weird places. Like, they don't seem like there's nothing immediately around them to terrify them.
Where did you get this horse, and how can I have one? I want a horse that's not spooked by its own shadow, please. Thank you.
They're definitely used to travel. They're used to being part of a caravan. So going through the rain or going through the mist, they're spooked. Like they're a little on edge, but they aren't like freaking out trying to get away from you.
Yeah, they are still manageable, but jumpy.
Just want to make sure.
As you kind of move through the streets of this town, all the buildings are kind of boarded up. There doesn't appear to be any light coming from any of the windows. You hear a sort of a howling in the distance, and as you kind of turn and take a kind of survey your surroundings, you hear from a little bit further in, maybe a block or two ahead, the faint sound, what sounds like a child crying or whimpering.
Does it sound suspicious?
Absolutely.
It sounds like a child crying.
We haven't seen anybody else.
No, there are no other people on the street, no animals, no birds overhead.
I will go and move forward to investigate the child crying.
I still got my trident out.
Always.
Yours are hidden though, so like I gotta say
Exactly.
that mine's drawn at least.
Yes. I mean, like, I have the fan, like, attached to my belt, like, ready to grab and...
Asta grabs his rapier and just scratches his hand. As he does, you see like a little red lightning, crimson red, fall down from his hand and down to the blade hilt as he walks with you guys.
Not sus.
As you make your way through the streets and you turn a corner to a series of houses, a soft whimpering draws your eye to a pair of children standing in the middle of an otherwise lifeless street. When they
How are
notice
they
you,
looking?
the older of the two, a girl, kind of nudges her younger brother, or the young boy next to her, kind of behind her, kind of in a protective stance, shushing him. She turns to you. Who are you?
We're looking for a lake. Don't suppose you could point us in a direction?
Seeing that absolute fuckery, Ansel kneels down and is like, "We're travelers. Are you the only people here? Where are your parents?"
They're trapped in the house.
Everyone else though.
There's a monster. It's in our house. It's trying to kill us.
And no one in the town has come to help you?
We've not seen anyone but you. They may have their own
Just-
monsters.
Insight check the children?
Alright, let me pull a token out.
I am very suspicious about everything at the moment. I want to protect children, but everything about this.
You all should be able to drag your tokens out onto the map if you would like. So
I'm
you're-
sorry, you want me to do a bling check? Not a blind check, a bling check.
Wow. Yes, do a
Bling check.
bling check.
I sent you a
And
bling
I
check.
will
You did this to yourself, Dean.
I
fix
love
that.
it.
You
no,
did not
don't fix it.
send me a bling check.
What?
I didn't get a bling check.
Well, that's not my fault. I have clicked on my character, I have clicked bling check.
What's happening?
Oh, hold on. Yeah, the API needs to be restarted. Give me 1 second.
I should have made a character that carried knitting needles, and I could have used them as daggers.
There we go. Okay, try it
That's
now.
solid.
So click on your token. There it is. Boom. I've got
You have them?
Asta and I've got Ansel.
Bling check.
I'm gonna do
And
one as
Ellen.
well.
Okay.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I don't care if they're trustworthy or not. Wink doesn't trust a bunch of children in the middle of the street crying.
Wink
Even
doesn't
if they're
trust anything.
even if they're telling the truth, Wink doesn't fucking trust that.
As the girl is talking, what is it you're trying to discern? What is it you're trying to find out?
She made a comment that she hasn't seen anybody else in this town, and like she was like, "Oh, maybe they have monsters." I'm like, honey bear, sweet baby child, where do you mean? Like, you haven't seen? Like, is she telling the truth? She literally hasn't seen anybody? Like, that seems so unlikely. Like, what are like? Is this girl's intentions really that she needs help with her parents because there's a monster in her house? But also, she really hasn't seen anybody in this. I just don't trust anything about this situation.
Kind of as she's talking, and you're kind of trying to take note of, any tells she might have. She appears to be completely genuine in her recollection of events.
Fantastic, amazing. I hate everything about this after we had people fucking disappear on us, and now we're in a town that's all boarded up, and there are just children saying there are monsters in places, and I'm like, fucking great, amazing. I hate everything about this.
Ansel, you definitely notice, and Itzy, you even have sort of a feeling of something's just not right. You don't necessarily think that the girl is lying to you, but something about this place just is off. Asta,
enough
you
for
have
me.
a similar feeling as well, that things are just... something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't quite
Right.
make sense about this situation.
I just want to point out the simple fact that, I'm sorry that they can hear this, but they are not in great distress for a kid who's lost their parents, and I would know what that sounds like. And secondly, they're not near any border of water or lake, so these aren't the people we are seeking.
Could you help us? Our brother is still inside.
I don't like that they added somebody. I don't like it at all. First it was parents, and now we're gonna deal with a fucking brother. I'm not into it.
Why? You said you're looking for a lake. We could show you. We could show you the lake.
Fuck no.
You don't even
It's
know
inside
what
their house.
Any noises in the house at all? Like, are they
Yeah, which house?
So it's the house. They're kind of standing in this little kind of driveway.
Are you standing like over here?
Right, so you guys are kind of on this
Good.
road.
I don't
as
wanna get
they're
near that
they're
fucking
standing
place.
over here. The kind of as you look around, you don't really hear anything coming from the house itself. You do, however, notice that the mist seems to be growing around the outskirts of the town and slowly closing in.
Itzy is gonna put a hand on Elodie's shoulder very lightly and just say, "This, I don't know what it is. Something is amiss here. We need to move on. This is not
We
us."
do. Yes, and there's also the mist. I think perhaps we should find shelter.
Yes, but not in that house.
Do I, looking at the children in the house, see anything with my eyes of degree? Insults to the natural cycle of life is the vibe I'm looking for.
No, there doesn't appear to be anything undead about the children
They're
or the house.
They're not ghosts or any of the like?
This just isn't. This just isn't it.
Well, I suggest we find somewhere else then, because
Yes, hurry up. Let's go
don't
find
know
a house.
if I mentioned just how many zombies are in the
Are we-
mist. It
Yes.
is an uncountable number.
Please, Wink, Ansel, pick a house. Any house, as long as you like it. Let's go.
Yes, but not this house.
Is there another house right across from this house?
There
Could
are
we do a protection on our wagon?
there are other houses, kind of nearby. They're all boarded up. All the doors and windows seem to be boarded up.
Was it boarded up on the house that the kids were at?
No.
Yeah, let's go to a boarded up fucking house.
Does this look like the kind of a boarded up problem that a mace or a crowbar could solve?
You can certainly try.
Let's go.
All right, you move over to one of the other houses. And as you kind of go up and you find not the house next to it, but you kind of go over one other house just to put a buffer between you and this house. As you're moving up toward the door, though, you look around and the other houses seem to be completely covered in the mist now, as it does seem to slowly be creeping in closer and closer to the center of town. You pull out a crowbar and attempt to pry the boards off of the door. You're successful after a little work. You're able to pry all of the boards off of the door. You give the knob a turn, but it appears to be locked.
Can I break it down?
All right, and you use force to break into the door.
Oh, we're not going to even try to... Okay, all right.
Nope, not fucking around with the mist.
You force your way in as you kind of enter this common room. It's dark. There are kind of cobwebs on the ceiling in the corners. The furniture seems to be covered in dust.
Can we board the door up back behind us, like as best we can?
Oh,
I have a crowbar. I do not have a hammer or nails. I am a
probably
one-trick
use
pony.
one of those pins. I don't actually say that. We're not actually suggesting that. Please don't hate me.
Like, as best we can, close the door, maybe move some furniture.
Yeah,
in front
I'll
of
move
the
like a
door.
dresser.
Like,
I want to
with the-
do a perimeter check specifically on the side of the house that was like closest to the encroaching mist. Do I see it like coming in through the floorboards of the windows?
It does not appear to be coming in through the floorboards, no.
You did.
It hasn't
I noticed you
reached-
left out windows.
It hasn't reached the house that you are in yet. So there doesn't appear to be anything coming through. However, the floorboards begin to creak in the room adjacent.
oh, the fan is now out and open.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shield
Charles
at the
is
ready. Go into that room, I guess.
Have I pushed the thing in front of the door? Like,
Yeah,
is the door sealed?
I'm protecting Idzy as they're trying to block the door.
Bless. Thank you so much.
As you move into the next room, there's a figure kind of standing over an unlit fireplace. Looking into the fireplace, they're positioning their postures. It's as if there is a fire and they seem to just be standing next to it.
Hey, do they light up? Are they spooky? Are they unnatural?
With your eyes of the grave, you notice sort of a haze around this figure.
Team, we are not alone.
It, after a moment, it slowly shifts. Its head turns, while the rest of his body remains
no.
facing
I
forward.
don't
Owl
shoots
shit?
it.
Nah.
I don't need owl shit today, fam.
Wink shoots.
All right.
You my fave, my dude.
And everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
Yeah.
He first. I'll be right back.
I'm so excited to have a character that just boo, come on.
Wow, Mish.
Excited about a non-magic character and I rolled fucking 1.
We used intelligence for initiative in this system. Pretty sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
and I have
intelligence is also good, but
a 19. 19.
it's not only monks who go first in this one.
Yeah, I know, but I don't have to do magic, Alex. So my ability to decide what actions I would like to take, or I would like to hit the thing. Not,
Give me a moment.
what spell do I want to cast on the, you know what I mean? Like, I get to hit things.
Because I don't have a map for this. So give me 1 second.
Dude, did we do something you didn't think of? Because psych, me too.
Did we go into the house you weren't expecting?
Yes, you did. It's all right.
Did you think we were going to go into the children's house? Did Alex expect us to go into the children's house?
I think I probably should have mentioned this. Yeah, I avoid the scary places and scary games, so hell no.
I'm sorry, Remy, this whole game is a scary game. I think
Yeah,
you're
I
in the
know
wrong
it
place.
is.
I would like to leave Stensia as fast as possible, please and thank you.
But I can do
Speed
scary
run
shit of the
Innistrad.
mind. I started playing Little Nightmares the other night, and I was just like, fuck, I can't do this. The anticipation's killing me. You're setting this up very well, though, Dean. There's a slight
Nice.
raised heartbeat the entire time.
Noise 21 there, Alex.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's solid.
I was gonna wait until you saw it instead of rubbing it in.
You're so rude.
That's fine. Whatever. So what we're gonna do then is I'm going to put you guys onto a random map,
Man.
generic
So sorry,
battle map,
Dean.
and
Give
we are
it-
going
Alex.
to make a border in our
You know what I have that you don't?
generic battle map.
You know what I have that you don't, Alex? A sweater that I'm making for myself. That I made. I made it. It's that
cute.
pretty.
I have a Bureau Balance fan stitch, so like
Yeah, but this sweater I can wear on my body.
I know you said you weren't, Mish, but like, what if I traded pottery for some knitting?
Yeah, I can do that. But you might have to wait until I finish the sweater I'm currently working on.
You're so good. I still have to make the pottery room. We just got all the equipment for it. I now have to make it.
you will send me the specs of the masks you plan on using, correct?
I'm gonna use the K95 masks. We're not
Okay.
using anything less.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. We're fine.
The issue is that I have to make sure that I'm going to be cleaning this the most thoroughly every single time I throw because it's inside my house and I'm not getting my cat sick.
Important.
Yes.
I saw a cattail earlier.
Yes. Depending on the color, orange is Al, dark is Lou.
I saw Lou. Because it was a very dark black looking tail. I love it. I need coffee receptacles.
Coffee. Oh, yes, cool. Absolutely.
But I need like large coffee receptacles.
Do you want like soup mug or do you want like
Not quite
Yes.
that large. Not quite that large. I make cafe au laits, so I need to be able to
okay.
put like coffee and then
And cream.
equal amount of milk.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
We'll talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had to fill the space while Dean was making a map.
Absolutely. I'm glad to talk shop.
Okay, how do I move? How do I drag myself? I don't know how to do that.
You just click and hold your character name and then drag it on.
Do you need me to re-drag?
Nope.
Dean?
No, I can do it.
There you go.
Boom. There I am. Okay.
All right. So,
All right.
this is the room that you entered. You are not in there.
Oh.
There's a door here, which is the door where you heard movement. So Ansel came over here, opened the door. Figure fireplace is here.
Mish, you and I need to switch.
Yeah, I realized that when I move.
Cool.
I will have stood behind you right here.
Bless.
And figure.
Let's see what kind of spoopy token we got for this mofo.
Spoopy! Oh, Alex.
Oh, hate, loathe entirely.
Hey, speaking of spoopy stuff, Alex, you're supposed to send me a really tiny embroidery hoop so I can finish my spoopy cross stitch.
I gave it to Mare when she was here. She's like, you have a small hoop for me, and I gave it to Mare.
That hoop ain't made way here. It's February. I'd really like to finish my spoopy cross stitch.
All right. So
I gave it to Mare. What do you want from me?
hooded figure begins to turn its head slowly around to look at you. Wink lets loose a shot. So Wink's got to be over here somewhere. Wink, go ahead and roll that attack.
Oof.
Oof.
Wait a minute. Do I not have? I don't have a crit table.
What? Who are you, Dean?
Yeah, for real.
Where's my chaotic gremlin?
Let's fix this. Trophy tables. Tables. Here we go. Alright, I think we're good. Okay. I'll have to fix the macro later. So... You let loose your shot, but the unsettling nature of this creature kind of falters your aim a little bit as your arrow strikes Ansel instead. For 6 piercing.
Oh, fuck.
What the fuck?
Perhaps you should blink every now and then just to get the eyes a bit moister. It might help.
And with that... did I give him a turn? I did not.
It doesn't need a turn. What are you talking about?
Ansel, you are up.
I'm gonna come up with... Is flicking someone off translate to Stensia? Because I definitely fucking wing the bird, like... What the fuck, man?
It's with the pinky.
Ah, cool. Yes.
For some reason, I heard that as like you do it together, as opposed to like
Oh, I
you
like
flip
that
them off
more.
with the
I like
pinky
that
instead.
more.
It's just like you just do this.
Oh, we're doing,
fucking
we're
love
doing
it.
this one?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
like
love
without
it.
the thumb, just the pinky and middle finger.
I like that. Add
That's
it. Don't take away. Add it.
You know why I think it's extra funny because it's almost like vampire fangs, but it's just like
Yeah, defo. Love. Yeah, I'm actually gonna stay right here because I'm hoping he'll come to me and we might get a better chance at doing a little flanky flank. So, we're gonna do what all
Yes!
good
sorry.
friends
Alex.
do. Gonna hit him with a hot sacred flame. God, it's a fucking 12. Ugh. Ugh.
It's a dex save.
Ugh.
All right.
This is not Monday night.
And your radiant flame seems to ignite in damage.
The aggressive buzzing was my phone that is up against the table.
No, that blink was he failed a DC 12, so like feeling pretty good.
My yes, by the way, Alex, is because I trapped a cockroach in my mop bucket this morning, and I have been waiting for him to slowly die over the day. He's finally turned over. It is like he's in the death throes. That's what I was like. What is that weird noise? He's dying.
Excellent. Congratulations.
He has a buddy that's been in there for a week, and I haven't thrown him out yet.
I have a rain sound generator with the roaches that I'm now breeding. When they scuttle, it sounds like rain.
Oh.
My house becomes more inhospitable to most people by the day.
I just don't know how I'm gonna fucking come over.
The best part is that because I have trapped a cockroach and it's been scuttling in that bucket all day, she's been like, "Mom, what the fuck? Why is there a cockroach in a
What is this
bucket?"
intruder?
All right. What are you doing, Ains? Oh, you did your sacred flame. Anything else?
Bonus action, get my blade out, but that's it.
Okay. Idzy.
So, have I already blocked the door, or am I in the middle of blocking the door, or starting to block the door?
You've already blocked the door.
Stellar. We're gonna move. Uno, dos, tres.
Are we doing roll
Her Cinco Seis?
proficiency bonus in this game?
I don't know if that's set up or not for you guys.
It's
It's
mine
not-
set as a D4.
Mine is not set up, which is why I asked.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Let's do the bonus die, yeah. So let's set it up. If it's not already set up, set your proficiency to the bonus die. I'll check the
Nope.
sheet right
Gonna
now.
need an explanation for that one.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure mine's already set up because it looks like it is, but we can worry about that when my turn comes in.
Yeah, in the proficiency bonus box, it
5
should say
turns.
D4.
Yeah, and it does.
Ooh, fancy. Okay. Do I need to be here to reach that, or can I? No, I'd have to be here, huh? 5 feet of reach.
What's your reach?
Plus 5 feet with the halberd.
Then you need to be here. Oh god.
What? Okay, no, but that's like right next to it. Wouldn't I have a whole space between it?
No, that would be a 10-foot reach.
Okay, well, let me fucking look at this.
If it is a reach weapon, it should have a 10-foot range.
I don't know, but I know that it's a reach weapon.
Hold on.
Because halberds are reach. But I just don't see it on the actual sheet.
Dean and I both just opened up 5e tools.
No, the
Bless.
halberd has a reach of 10 feet.
Okay.
Any reach weapon, you're just adding
just get a
5 feet
square.
to whatever the range is. So
Cool.
melee attacks are 5 feet. Reach makes it 10.
Cool. Okay. Great. We're gonna do that.
Okay, that's good, because you heard Ansel say to Wink, I'm going to stay right here, because I want him to come to us so we can get him, we can flank him.
Yes, I did. I should still have 5 feet of movement. So I can move back after I attack. But I am not within its range as far as I know.
I know.
Cool. Okay. So I'm gonna throw Hunter's Mark on him. And I don't know how that works, so I just clicked Hunter's Mark.
Ow.
All right.
And then we're gonna try stab with the trident that I got, which is where's that fucking description? Because I didn't update it because I'm brilliant. It's silver. The head is silver.
A trident?
I have
Do you mean the maul?
nope, fork shaped like Avacyn's spear is what I got. To me, a fork is a trident.
That is correct.
But you didn't get a trident. You got a maul with the Avacyn collar on the side.
I don't have that in my notes.
Because remember, it was from the artwork.
From the artwork.
Hold on.
In the Innistrad?
The Innistrad artwork. I'm just gonna post it.
Nope,
It's
please
this
do.
thing.
Ah, okay. I don't know why I have it written down differently. That's my bad. I can update it.
Because that's what, like, even looking at your character sheet, you have a maul in the character sheet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, silvered head. Okay. I don't know why I have mine as fork shaped, but I will adjust that. That was my bad.
That's why I was like, I don't remember ever giving you a trident.
I can trident, yeah. So I'll adjust. Cool. I'm gonna swing with the maul.
Maul is not a reach weapon?
Maul is not a reach weapon.
Yeah.
And that halberd won't work. So I'm gonna redo. My bad. We're gonna stand here and help flank.
Why won't the halberd work?
Because it's a wraith, is what I think I saw.
Okay. Still use a halberd.
Okay.
I mean, use whatever weapon you wish to use.
I would like to use the reach weapon.
Okay.
I was under the assumption that you couldn't use the halberd. That was my bad. I will stab for at 17 for 13 damage, if possible.
17.
And I think they have Hunter's Mark as well.
Yes.
Okay, and then Hunter's Mark. 6.
Mm-hmm. And then I step back the 5 feet.
The creature then Really? Wizards? This is what you're doing? So it moves toward you and attacks with its long sword. Draws a kind of black, shadowy long sword out of a scabbard. Swings at you. That is a 17 to hit, so that hits. for 10 slashing.
Got it.
And then I need to look something up real quick because Wizards decided to give this thing an ability but not include the ability. So it's like, it's in the multi-attack, it can use ability in place of one of the longsword attacks, but then there's no ability anywhere on the sheet. It's like, really? Really?
Everyone knows how to do the shoop de whoop, Dean. Come on.
Can you hear my neighbor's dog losing its mind?
No.
Thankfully, no.
He is like barking up a storm outside.
Let's see. So he makes a attack. It's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
I need a Constitution saving throw, Itzy.
12.
All right. You take... You take 5 points of slashing damage, but your hit point maximum is also reduced by 5.
It.
And with that, Asta, you are up.
Well, yes, I'll... give me 1 second, and so I'm just going to get past... Yep. And I'm going to move to the side of it and stab it with the rapier with shield up. I imbued the rapier before we went in, so that's still up. I
9
believe
will
it 9,
miss.
doesn't it? That is all I can do.
Are we doing Swarm, Dean, in this game?
Yeah, we can do Swarm in this game. That makes sense.
No pressure. I just remember you saying, like, oh, I'm going to adopt that, and didn't
Yeah.
remember if that was affirmative and for which games.
Yeah, I definitely took it for the other Clenmore game, so yeah, we'll use that. So for those who aren't in our Monday game, Swarm basically just means that if a creature is flanked, then anyone else who approaches the creature gains the advantage from it being flanked, even if you don't have someone directly across from you.
If the creature is flanked, it is sufficiently distracted.
So, Wink's gonna do a roll. Just like a combat roll
Solid.
Nice.
right here. Redraw his bow and then take another shot at this thing.
Redraw his bro.
Yeah. His bro bow.
All right, 22 hits for 5.
And then as the arrow launches and he quickly grabs as a bonus action, he's going to use one of his maneuvers. He is going to use the quick toss maneuver, which as a bonus action I can throw one of my daggers. So 1 second, I totally forgot I need to add that to my dagger attack. And so I'm just gonna grab the dagger and just toss it at that thing.
Can you do that?
As bonus action because of my quick toss ability.
Oh.
It's,
Uh,
yeah.
I need to put quick toss in it. Essentially, quick toss lets me, if I've taken the attack action, as a bonus action, I can throw a thrown weapon.
Okay.
So
Cool. So you throw the dagger. 17 will hit. 9. All right. Anything
And
else,
then,
Wink?
yep. Nope, that will be the end of my turn.
All right, Elodie.
Okay, so I can move an absurd number of spaces. I already counted. I can place myself right here, and I still have plenty of movement. Not that I'm going to use it. I would like to, with my first attack, slash this thing with my fan that I already have out because I took it out when I was guarding the idiot moving things in front of the door.
Thanks.
Boop, boop, boop. Yeah!
Nice.
Nailed it. Fucking nailed it.
And you move to the top of the initiative order,
Yes.
which means you actually
okay.
go next.
Well, I'm not. I have my.
Fort
Well, that's my
Wells.
action. My bonus action is to smack it with the fist if it's still standing. So I slash it and then just like whap it with my fist.
Okay. 20 will hit.
And then because I use an unarmed strike and I am holding one of my special weapons, I get a +2 to my AC until the start of my next turn. Oh wait, it's the start of my next turn. Oops. I guess I'll hit it again. So we'll slash at it with the fan again.
All
Go
right.
teach.
18 hits. And how do you want to do this?
No!
Yes!
So she I mean, for those of you who have never seen her move like this, she like skitters and is the fastest you've ever seen this one move. She normally moves very like measured and paced. It's like boom, boom, boom. She's all of a sudden out of like in this space. That fan comes slashing down across this thing's chest. She pulls her fist back, smashes its jaw, and then that fan comes back up and slices across its neck.
Brutal. Love it.
Nice.
And she's perfectly clean. There's not a smidge of any sort of gross viscera or blood, anything on her. She's clean. Totally clean.
Very nice. The corpse falls to the ground, but immediately begins to dissolve as this sort of black cloud emerges from the disintegrated body and then escapes through the fireplace.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. I think we should check the rest of the house very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Particularly upstairs.
You can see the mist growing closer as you no longer can see the other houses through the window.
Yep. As a group, I think we should move to the next room. So,
Here?
I want to keep an eye on the mist, so I want to stay on the side of the building. Because if these walls and windows are not going to hold, we need to know as soon as
ASAP.
possible.
yeah. So I will lead the little troop into the next room. If we will want to go, into that room. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, you move into the hallway separating the two rooms. You get to the door. The door is locked.
Oh. I'll break it down. Again.
All right.
I can never go. Okay, yeah.
Idzi moves up, smashes the door down. That is where we're going to end it tonight.
Oh, jeez. Excellent. I get to kill things. It's so exciting.
Bless you, Dean. That was a lot to come up with on the spot.
That was solid, though. That felt great.
Thank you.